During a hospital visit, a doctor rushed over and asked why I wasn't in the operating room yet. I was sitting in the hospital cafeteria eating terrible pudding when a doctor in scrubs sprinted up to my table looking absolutely panicked. "Why aren't you prepped for surgery? We've been looking everywhere for you." I looked up confused with a plastic spoon halfway to my mouth. "I'm sorry, what?" He checked his clipboard, then stared at my face. "You're Emma Richardson, right? Born March 15th, 1998? My stomach dropped. "Yes, but I'm not having surgery. I'm just here visiting my grandma." The doctor's face went pale. "You were admitted 3 hours ago for an emergency appendectomy. Your appendix is about to rupture. We need to get you into surgery right now." I stood up so fast my chair fell backward. "That's impossible. I feel completely fine. There's been a mistake." He grabbed my wrist and checked my hospital bracelet that I'd been given at the visitor's desk. His eyes went wide. "This says you're a visitor. Who gave you this?" Before I could answer, another voice cut through the cafeteria. "There you are." My cousin Emma walked up holding a coffee. "I've been texting you for 20 minutes. Grandma's awake and asking for..." She stopped when she saw the doctor. The doctor looked between us. "You're both named Emma Richardson?" My cousin nodded. "Yeah, we were both named after our grandmother, Emma Catherine Richardson." She pointed at herself. "And Emma Christine Richardson." She pointed at me. "Born on the same day, same year." The doctor looked like he might pass out. "You're cousins with the same birthday and the same name?" I said. "Our dads are identical twins. It's been confusing our whole lives." The doctor ran his hand through his hair. "Your cousin was admitted for emergency surgery 3 hours ago, but when we came to prep her, the bed was empty. We've had security searching the entire hospital." My cousin's face went white. "Wait, what surgery?" The doctor checked his clipboard again. "Emergency appendectomy. Your appendix showed signs of rupture on the CT scan. We've been trying to locate you for..." My cousin interrupted. "I left to get coffee. I've been having pain all morning, but I thought it was just cramps. The nurse said someone would come get me when they were ready and I'd have plenty of time, so I went downstairs." The doctor's jaw tightened. "Which nurse told you that?" My cousin shrugged. "I don't remember her name. She was blonde, maybe 30s. I watched my cousin's face and noticed she was sweating. Her hand was pressed against her right side. How bad is the pain right now?" She tried to smile, but it came out as more of a grimace. "It's pretty bad, actually. It got worse while I was walking around." The doctor immediately grabbed a wheelchair from against the wall. "Sit down right now. We need to get you to surgery immediately." 2 more doctors appeared with a gurney. They moved so fast my cousin barely had time to sit before they were rushing her toward the elevators. I followed behind them in a daze. One of the doctors was on his phone calling the OR. "We found her. Patient is symptomatic and declining. We need that room ready now." In the elevator, my cousin grabbed my hand. She was crying. "I'm scared. What if something happens?" I squeezed back. "You're going to be fine. They found you in time." The elevator doors opened and they wheeled her down a hallway. A nurse appeared and started cutting off my cousin's clothes right there in the corridor, replacing them with a surgical gown. Another nurse stuck an IV in her arm while they were still moving. I had to stop at a set of double doors marked operating room, authorized personnel only. My cousin looked back at me one more time before they pushed through. Her face was gray and she looked terrified. A nurse stayed behind with me. "The doctor will update your family as soon as they can. The waiting room is down the hall to the left." I called my aunt and uncle and told them what happened. They were 40 minutes away. I sat in the waiting room alone watching the clock. Every minute felt like an hour. I kept thinking about how she'd been wandering around the hospital with a rupturing appendix because someone gave her bad information. How she could have died in that cafeteria while I sat there eating pudding. 2 hours later, a surgeon came out still in his scrubs. "She's stable. We got the appendix out just in time. Another 30 minutes and it would have ruptured completely. She got very lucky." I started crying from relief. When they finally let me see her in recovery, she was groggy but awake. "Hey," she whispered. "Thanks for having the same birthday as me." I laughed and held her hand. "Next year, we're celebrating separately."